introducing you to the squat. Really important exercise to implement into your training, any strength training that you might do, whether or not that be just using body weight or of course under load as well. One thing that I'm really passionate about is making sure that people that I work with are moving efficiently under their own body weight, creating really good movement patterns before we start introducing load. This is just basically to ensure that our movement pattern is ingrained in a really good way before we start adding the load, so that we reduce the risk of injuries going forward. So the squat is a compound exercise. The main muscle groups that are worked are the quadriceps that run down in front of the upper thigh. We also use the glutes and the hamstrings, all the muscles that run down into the calf as well during this exercise. Also your core muscles that run all the way around the trunk and the upper body are also used, so it's an effective all-over body exercise. So I'd like to break down the squat for you so that we can understand in simple terms about what we should really be thinking about when we're going into that squat movement. There's 3 points that I think would be ideal for anybody to start with. So I'm going to give you a demonstration of the squat, and then I'll run through with you what those 3 points are. So this is what an ideal squat will look like. And from the side. So those 3 pointers, now that you've seen the demonstration, first and foremost, where do we place our feet when we start the squat? We should really be looking to place them just around hip width apart, feet slightly turned out, 10 to 2. As we go down into that squat, the thing that we should really be thinking about is placing your body weight through the front of the heel. As we descend down into the squat position, we should be thinking about the knees tracking over the toes. And finally, we also should be thinking about keeping that chest nice and upright, looking forward at all times. So we descend into that squat position by flexing the knees. As we hit that bottom position, where the back of the hamstring hits the calf muscle, we then drive back up to the top of the movement, creating full extension of the hip. Again from the side for you to see, flexing of the knees, hitting that bottom position and driving all the way up, trying to keep that torso as upright as possible. So the squat movement, now that you've seen it, I'd like to just go over those benefits just to reiterate why we might add a squat into any program. It's a really efficient movement that's not only going to work those muscles, so you might introduce weight further on down the line once we've ingrained that really good movement pattern, but also we're thinking about mobility as well, and being able to get down into those positions, especially as we start to get a little bit older. When we think about a child, we look them come into that perfect squat position. As we get older, modern day living dictates to us that we sit on a chair, so we get higher and higher off of the ground as we start to get older, and wonder why sometimes we'll have flexibility and mobility issues. So it's really important that we go through those movements and keep active as we start to age as well. So now that we've run through what the squat should look like, and those 3 pointers that we should be thinking about during that squat movement, perhaps you could go away and have a little try, have a little practice, and see if there's any problems that we encounter in that squat as well. So the next time that I post a video, I'll be talking to you about how we can overcome mobility issues so that we create better flexibility and mobility for that squat movement. Really great to show you about the squat today, and I look forward to speaking to you guys again soon. Happy squatting!